Hi guys, waiting to go live on both Facebook and Instagram, and I seem to be there. Hi everybody, I am back from holiday. You had to miss me for a couple of weeks because I was on holiday in Italy, but now I'm back and we are ready for a new episode of HSP TV. Today is the 39th episode and I want to talk to you about 3 words that can literally change your life. And those words are, I am enough. I want to talk to you about these things because I found that both myself when I was younger and sometimes still I'm struggling with this, and also a lot of people in my practice are struggling with this. So that is why I want to talk to you about this topic today. I am enough and the effect that it has on your life and why you should care, basically. But I'm waiting to get a little more people live today. So if you're joining me live like Noam, hi Noam, today is doing, then just wave at me, type in your name, and I'll give you a shout out because I love to connect to the people that are live here. And if you have any questions during this episode, feel free to type them in and to ask them to me, and I will do my best to answer them in a timely fashion. So, I am not enough, or I am enough. I was going through my story again because I am creating something wonderful. I will tell you more about this another time, but I was going through my story again. And suddenly it hit me, there's just this red line in my story. And it's also because I had some really good sessions with clients this week that also touched upon the same subject, that I decided that I wanted to talk to you guys about this subject today. Well, what I found, and I will talk about myself because that's the easiest. I don't want to break privilege towards my clients, so I'll take myself as an example. But I found that my story resonates with a lot of other people and is fairly similar to the stories of other people. So I think this will be a good representation of what I want to share with you today. So looking back on my story, when I was growing up, I got told a lot by my parents and by teachers that I was just too sensitive. They told me that I should not take things so personally, that I had to grow a thicker skin, that I should not be so strict and so serious all the time, and that I should loosen up and have more fun. And to me, in hearing those words, I created, without me realizing it at the time, of course, but I created this image of, I am not good enough. People don't like me the way I am. People won't accept me the way I am. They are telling me to toughen up, to man up, to create a thicker skin. This tells me that the way I am right now is not to their liking and that they want me to change. And also them telling me to not take things so personally and to let things go more easily and to not be so serious all the time were all indications telling me that I am not good the way I am. And for me, this created this feeling of me not being good enough, but also of something being wrong with me. And if I then compared myself to the people, the children, of course, in my class and in school and the little friends that I had, I saw that they were different. They didn't act like me. They didn't think like me. They didn't talk like me. And they didn't seem to experience the same amount of feelings that I was experiencing. And this also reinforced my belief that there was something wrong with me, that I was weird or strange, or that I needed to change. And this took on a deep root. This was the start of that deep-rooted belief that I am not good the way I am, that people won't accept me when I am who I am. And I see this with a lot of my clients. I see a lot of them struggling in today's world, trying to be somebody that they are not, trying to be somebody that they think other people expect them to be, or that they think other people want them to be, but who they feel they are not. I see this a lot with my male friends, especially when they are highly sensitive male friends. I see them struggling with the general image that we have of what it is to be a man, how you need to be tough and strong. Hi, Aisha, nice of you to join. And that you need to talk about women and fast cars and sports, and you need to be into beer. And a lot of highly sensitive men especially are not this way, but it's also for us highly sensitive women, just in a different way. And I know for me, this feeling of not fitting in, not belonging, not being accepted the way I am, it continued all throughout my school. I got picked on a lot. People called me names. They called me fat, fatty, fatso a lot. And that really, really hurt my feelings. And I know a lot of us highly sensitive people have been picked upon when we were younger. And it also reinforced again the belief that I am not good the way I am, that people won't accept me when I am who I am. And this caused for me to have a fairly isolated childhood. I felt very alone. I felt I didn't really have that much friends because I couldn't connect with most of them. Most of them were too different, especially the girls. I couldn't connect with any of the girls. I am more of a tomboy myself. So I connected better with the male persons in my class, but also not that much. And I was very lonely and alone a lot. And this continued through all my high school, the middle school, all my school years basically. And it also continued into my working life because like most highly sensitive people, I didn't really know what I wanted to become. So for me, it was really difficult to decide what I wanted to do with my study, which job I wanted to choose, so which education I should choose, and also because of my home situation. I won't talk about it in this session because it's not relevant, but it made me feel very isolated, and I needed to start working. So I just took any job that wanted to have me, and from there on I just kind of rolled into every other job that came after it. I rolled into becoming a programmer because they saw more in me than what I was doing there, and they asked me if I was interested, and it continued on like that. But also in my working life, I never felt like I fitted in, because when I was doing the tasks that were allotted to me, I usually finished them in 2 hours that took other people at least 8 hours or sometimes even 2 days. And again, that made me feel like there was something wrong with me. I thought, am I this fast? Are you this slow? What's happening here? I didn't understand. And for the longest period in my life, I didn't really understand myself. I didn't understand everything that was me. And for a long, long time, I tried to be somebody else. I tried to please the people in my high school. I tried to please my friends. I tried to please my boss. I tried to please my coworkers. And I really, sometimes even desperately tried to be somebody else. But that again also didn't feel good, because it goes against your nature. It is not who you are. And you try to fit in. You want people to like you. You want people to accept you for who you are, but you are not being yourself. And that makes it really hard for other people to accept you for who you are, because you don't show them who you really are. Hi, Food Dynamique, nice of you to join. And I found that when I looked back on all these events happening in my life, and when I looked also at similar events for my clients that came up during our coaching sessions, that there is like this red thread going through all these stories. And it has to do with a limiting belief, a very core limiting belief, and it is the limiting belief that I am not good enough. People won't accept me when I am who I am. I need to be somebody else for them to love me, for them to like me, for them to accept me, for me to fit in, for me to have friends, for me to not be alone. These are all the things that I remember thinking myself, but what I also see a lot of my clients in my practice struggle with. And that is why I wanted to talk to you today about transforming that belief, because you need to be aware that you are enough. And saying, I am enough, those are the most powerful words you can say to truly change your life. Because once you know that you are enough, everybody around you will know that you are enough too. And your life will be so much different, so much better when you resonate with your enoughness at a level that positively impacts your career, your relationships, and your happiness level. I think you can imagine how different your life will look when that happens. You can imagine the impact that that will have. And you can use the power of stating that you are enough and that you've always have been enough and that you always will be enough to achieve success in every key area in your life. Because when you say it and when you think it and when you believe it and you make it an automatic, regular part of your life, you can expect wonderful improvements. You can expect wonderful improvements in your day-to-day life, in your relationships, your friends, with your family, with your partner. I think this is also the basic of why so many highly sensitive people end up in an abusive relationship, end up with a narcissist or a sociopath, or even with an autistic person. It's because we think we are not enough. We think highly of the other people. We always want to be there for the other people, but we are not there enough for ourselves. And I think that this is the root problem of that. This core belief of thinking that we are not enough if we are who we really are. That we are not good enough if we show the world our sensitive side, that we won't be accepted, that we won't have friends. But I'm also here to tell you that it is so incredibly liberating to experience the true belief of I am enough, of feeling it in every fiber of your being, feeling it into your bones, into every cell in your body, and truly believing it as well. And I promise you, good things start to happen the moment you unconditionally accept and embrace and love yourself with every sensitive part that makes up you. So be yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and daily, and I mean literally more times daily, say to yourself, I am enough. Put post-its on the mirror in your bathroom with I am enough on it. Put post-its on your door to your bedroom, on the door to the outside. Make a reminder in your calendar saying, I am enough to yourself. And by saying this, even if you don't believe it in the beginning, but by repeating it, and by repeating it over and over and over again, the thought, the belief of I am enough, it will ingrain in you. It will become rooted in you. And with that, change will happen. Positive change will happen. Positive change in your life, in your relationships, in your career, in your business. This is also the problem why we as business owners can attract the wrong type of clients, because we are afraid of showing the world who we really are, because we think we are not enough. So embrace being enough. Say it to yourself often, remind yourself often, and be amazed at the wonderful, wonderful results that you are going to have when you are starting to come. No, I'm saying this wrong. When you are convinced, slowly but surely, that you are enough. And you do this once again by hanging post-its everywhere where you can see them saying that you are enough, by putting reminders in your calendar saying you are enough, by saying I am enough, the 3 most powerful words in the world when you go to sleep. So that when you say I am enough and then fall asleep, that those words will work their way into your dreams, that you will have powerful dreams of being enough, of being accepted for who you are. And also say those words to yourself first thing in the morning when you wake up. I am enough. This is my message to you, and this is what I wanted to share with you, because this was my insight, reviewing my story once again, and also reviewing the sessions I had with my clients, and finding that this is such a basic issue for so many people that I come across that are highly sensitive, but that are afraid of showing the world who they are, that are afraid of embracing their sensitive side, and who are anything but proud of the fact that they are a wonderfully highly sensitive person. I hope this video got to inspire you in embracing who you are, in loving yourself for who you are, or if that is a bridge too far, at least consider the possibility of accepting that you are enough, that you should love yourself for who you are. And if you want to embrace the possibility, but are not sure yet on how to actually do it, how to make it last, how to make this your new belief, then contact me. I have several free things that I can give you. Of course, I also have paid courses. I have a wonderful, wonderful online program to help you with this. And I also do one-on-one coaching trajectories. So if you are watching this and you want to discover how this works for you and how you can change your life for the better, book a free clarity session with me. It's no strings attached. I guarantee you don't have to buy anything. You will walk away with at least 4 tips that I can give you right there in the conversation. And I'm going to try to give you a step-by-step plan in how you can achieve the life that you've always dreamed of. So contact me if you want to claim your free clarity session. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here again this week. And like always, I hope to see you all again next week, live, 5:30 p.m. Amsterdam time, both live on Facebook, both live on Instagram. And yeah, I hope to see you again next week. Bye, and thanks for joining.